FluxWavez just won every tournament. Definitely, the last time I looked was the winningest person in Casa across all of the titles that we ran.
Right. But I have to say, though, seeing him go up against Danslip in the first round of Winners Top 8 is pretty wild. I was doing a Salt Mine League Sunday morning, hanging out with Houseman, and we were talking about Cammy players in general, and some of our favorite North American Cammies, and some of the best North American Cammies. And Danslip is definitely up there, right? Of course, you've got CJ Truth. Of course, you've got Hermes Venatori. Of course, you've got, I'm going to forget his name now. He's well-known from the Midwest. _ And then, but you have to mention Danslip in that conversation. So this is going to be a killer match.
Yeah, I have a question for you that we can talk about with respect to Cammies. I have a question for you we can talk about after, but I don't want to take too much time away from what we're about to witness. With FluxWavez, do we see the poison into this? I don't imagine that FluxWavez, I mean, you definitely don't pick Minot into Cammy. So the question is, like, do we pick Mika and just hope that we can mix machine and not want to play that ground game?
What about Luke?
Strong anti-air is not as good. It is the Minot.
It is Minot. Okay. Minot Wave Z coming in here. We're going to see some sick combos, some good zoning, some anti-airing. The question is, will Danslip be able to navigate past the orbs, the big anti-airs, to get in on Flux? Oof. Starting off like that with the dive. Danslip trying to catch him sleeping. Yo, Stand Fierce, big jumps coming in again, missing the combo. FluxWave getting a quick punish. Some jabs there. Wonder if Danslip's checking the old Google nets.
Right, I was about to say, I'm like, that either is, I think you're going to do something and I want to counter check, or it's testing the connection. And with Minot, it's probably the latter and not the former. Those disjointed hurtboxes. Finds the way in behind that hooligan, waits it out, but FluxWavez is able to navigate out of the corner. And with really just the strength of buttons, oh, you're dead off this V-trigger.
Yeah, right? He's not going to drop this.
You don't even need to cash out any bar.
Yeah. There was plenty more hits coming, not a bar spent. FluxWavez being like, come on, I'm FluxWavez Zed.
Ooh, okay.
Yo, over the stand.
Overcommitment to the stand fierce gets smoked by the hooligan. That's one of the risks with Minot, right? Like those heavy strength buttons. You might as well be throwing a fireball so early. That was before the jump even came out.
Yep, kind of checking back dash. What a well-spaced dive kick, and then a little counter hit conversion from Danslip. We got the corners. Time for the Cammy propaganda to go to work, right? She tells you to take the throw, and it plays off. Okay, a little air to air.
Yeah, it's strange. It almost looked like FluxWavez didn't even get a whole lot of advantage out of it. Finds the instant overhead off the hit. Where's the reset? Danslip knows the reset is coming. Blocks the second reset on the dive kick check. Looked for a shimmy. It did not quite work. There's the V-trigger activation from Danslip. Any hit would do it. A jump back.
Is that going to anti-air? No! The dive kick pulled her up, and it already came out. The hurt boxer progressed forward. Danslip came down, and FluxWave died.
It's a real shame. And out all the meter moving into the next round. A great forward dash, but all we get for dodging that dive kick is a crouch jab. And I feel like that's one of the things that's going to be difficult for FluxWavez navigating this matchup. So much of the damage FluxWavez are getting are errant pokes, but if Danslip gets in, it's these confirms into extended pressure. Now you're in the throw game.
Yeah, but what a jump. We've seen some great call-outs with spacing and jump timing. Saw the orb release get a jump from Danslip. Then the throw bait. This should be an easy closeout for the first game for Danslip. Looking really fresh. I love that Danslip is able to stay out of range of where FluxWave wants to dive kick, right? We saw him back off and whiff punish the dive kick, catch those landing frames. Just great execution, great awareness of the matchup.
Yeah, I think the difficulty here is it just feels like, one, Danslip very plainly has a read on when FluxWavez is going to either throw out the orb or commit to a stand fierce or something. So I think on the one hand, FluxWavez needs to be a little bit more reticent with that and maybe cycle in more stand roundhouse to catch the jumps. But at the same time, it's just like FluxWavez really hasn't, outside of that one V-trigger sequence in round 1, hasn't really been able to cash out a whole lot of damage. And it's really hard to keep Cammy from advancing on you. Look at that spiral arrow. The second FluxWavez tries to advance on actually getting the orb, now you're stuck in this corner.
Totally agree there. Now we got this walk back, walk forward, just kind of keeping the pressure. And we're just trading some blocks here, but again, plus, got to hold this. I don't know that Flux finds a way out of the corner. It has the view reversal, but I don't know if they want to spend it, and I don't know if it's going to help him, to be honest. Okay, jump out, the cross-cut DP this time. Didn't get it in the first game, got it in the second.
If you're FluxWavez now, you want to get a couple more pokes and try to move in with a big V-trigger confirm, you're absolutely not going to get it, though. And, like, Danslip's reactions, that spiral arrow was on reaction to the orb coming out. The spiral arrow plays from Danslip and those fantastic reactions have completely nullified FluxWave's entire ground game.
Yeah, absolutely. This matchup is looking tough as is, but Danslip is making it look even tougher, right? He's making all the right choices. Nice counter hit confirm, catching something starting up here. Can be propaganda. Take the throw. Okay, a little delay button there this time from Flux, trying to get some... Oh, what a punish.
Wow.
Is that going to connect?
It is going to connect. I mean, this is an equalizer, but you're still down on resources. Danslip has trigger on deck with 2 bars. Just backs right out immediately to just outside of that stand fierce range so that Danslip can go back to relying on the spiral arrow punishes that have been working out so great.
Yep, and look at all the space that FluxWave gained from the Wake Up CA has been lost. Danslip, though, drops the combo. He's a little late. And now you got to hold this mix or bust out.
That was such a smart DP. That was exactly the spot where FluxWave's, nay, most Monots are going to be structuring the instant overhead into that reset pressure there. V-skill to close out game 2 from Danslip. If I'm FluxWave's, like, I really think that switching characters may be the call. My gut reaction was that Monot wasn't the pick you want for this matchup because of how easily Cammy can sort of rush you down. Obviously, FluxWave's had some belief that they could play a mid-range focused game, and we are locking in with it.
Yeah, sticking to it. So, gonna have to commit, right? There's no chance of changing now. If Flux pulls this game out, gonna have to win 2 more with the Monot pick. Oh my goodness, why you reach, and here comes the damage from Danslip marching forward. Wow.
Oh, wow. That wasn't even a trip guard.
No, I think he just caught FluxWave holding back.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Empty hooligan.
But no confirm off the low short check there. We didn't even try to throw the orb out. Flux is so dissuaded from throwing the orb, and there it is. The stand fierce gets jumped in on once again. I want a stand fierce jumped in counter. Trigger activation on block.
Okay, now the triple backdash doesn't want to hold the mix. There's the EX DP. I want to talk after this match. After this match is over, I want to talk about that last game, game 2 of the set, because I have a, I want to postulate a scenario for all y'all out there.
That's another spot where it's like we're really not seeing any roundhouse representation from FluxWave, which is obviously easier said than done because Cammy has those different jump arcs that you need to contend with. Right. But I feel like Danslip is just in so much control that you need to introduce something into the equation to give Danslip pause.
Yeah, and we saw a roundhouse early on, but it's scary because you can't just throw those out as Flux because Danslip is going to react. He's going to hit you with those cannons. He knows. He's got the reactions. We've seen it on the orbs. We've seen the jump-in timings. There it is again. Gets in. Now has the corner. And I think Flux is like 1 decision away from death. Okay, that's a good start.
Right. Orb comes out. But now we're into this like zoning game where FluxWavez is on the back foot, so needs to, try to dance and make an opportunity for themselves, which you overextend, you get smoked, back throw kills. We don't even need it because we get the crouch strong confirm. Not confirm, counter hit rather, but it doesn't matter. Even the nomenclature doesn't matter. It's a clean 3-0 for Danslip.
Well, I think you're right to say confirm, right? Because with a player like Danslip, there would have been more to that combo had it have been needed. I wish we had replays because I just want to go back to game 2 where you talked about how Danslip knew the reset timing for that mix-up, right? And just had the DP on lock. I want to postulate another theory here. What if Danslip just knew that in order for the V-trigger activation to be worth it for Flux at all, they were going to have to reset, and he just mashed DP the whole time?
Yeah, I think that's exactly
completely reasonable, right? Of just like, you have to reset. If you don't reset, I'm going to take 280, 300 damage because scaling, so I'm a mash, right? Like, just tactical brilliance.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And that's the value of understanding the combo structure of other characters besides your own. Having that knowledge, like, if you're not thinking about why and how your opponent is going to make decisions, you're not going to be thinking about exactly like you said. But when you're operating at this high of a level, you know when some of these things happen. Here's another example that may even come up later because we do have a Laura in the bracket in the form of Mailyn.
Oh,
but commonly with Lauras, you'll see a lot of them not going for the follow-up after medium punch elbow, and they'll go for a throw reset or something after because you want the better scaling. And you find people getting caught with their pants down a lot when they get hit by medium punch elbow late in a combo, especially when they're near high stun. And it's like, look, it is against their best interest to finish out that ender in that way. Everybody wants to fish for those resets. You need to know when they're going to come and what the output of them might be. Now, I had a question for you since you were talking about Salt Mine League. Which region has the better camis, Europe or USA?
Oof, man, don't put me on the spot like this. I'm gonna make enemies. I think Hurricane's the best cami.
Right. And that's what makes me think it. I'm right, because it's like, all right, well, Hurricane is maybe like one of the best camis in the world.
Yeah, like,
and
I would pay good money.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. No, you're good. Good. Continue.
It's just like, is Hurricane's extreme, like, world-class skill with Cami enough to say that based on him alone, Europe has the best camis? Or do you take like a breadth approach?
Okay. So I didn't hear the plural. I thought you meant just like best cami, period. Because I mean, to be honest, that's a huge debate too, because we could talk about Hurricane, but if we're going to talk about North American camis, we have to talk about CJ Truth, right? Because I think CJ Truth's godlike. He's really fucking good. I will say that if we're talking quantity and overall quality of the quantity, I think the US wins there. But that could also be coming from a place of misinformation, right? Because the only camis that I'm super familiar with are the camis that I get to see in Salt Mine League, right? Like, I'm not at the Swedish locals, the German locals, so I'm not getting the full picture of the region. Whereas in the US, I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of most of the US players.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense, and I agree with that. It's really easy to just lean on like the 2 or 3 big names that you know, and to be like, all right, well, among them, the best one is X, and they're from Y region, ergo Y is the best. But I think it, quantitatively, like, we have, it feels as though we have many more, but we don't need to linger on that too much. That was just to fill some air. We got plenty of air to fill here. In the next match of Winterside Top 8, Callisto versus SpaceBoy. Callisto on the Juri, and SpaceBoy on the Luke that we've been seeing so much of, both from SpaceBoy, from everybody else, from the Street Fighter 6 teaser.
Speaking of quantitatively the best, here comes Luke, going up against Deadeye Artist, one of my favorite Juris. I am new to the Deadeye Artist community, having just been recently introduced to Callisto, but goddamn what a player they are. Yo, low forward buffer from SpaceBoy.
SpaceBoy's buffers have always been, I think, my favorite part of watching their game. And I feel like Luke, just the way Luke can place his normals and the strength of his buffers and confirms really leans into that super well. The only thing he's missing is a great Shoto stand short that I think SpaceBoy's always done really well with. But the fact of the matter is, he sort of auto spaces out to use his low forward in spots where you might use a Shoto stand short anyway.
Yeah. This is a really nice walk back, gets the shimmy into the low forward, SpaceBoy showing that motion. And I think you nailed it, right? SpaceBoy is so blessed with Sakura's stand light kick. But honestly, I think Luke placed to SpaceBoy's strengths more than Sakura does, because he had to learn to adapt for some of Sakura's weaknesses, things like that. And I feel like, I don't know, Luke's gotta have weaknesses, I guess. I just can't figure out what they are.
I feel like the only thing that I've seen is, I remember watching Shine play against, I think it was SpaceBoy's Luke. And he played as Ibuki.
Nice cross cut.
And I think it's towards medium kick, the little like spinning hop kick that she does, went over the fireball.
Her overhead?
No, it wasn't her overhead. It's the mid.
Oh, the forward roundhouse.
Yes.
The forward roundhouse. Well, yeah, but that goes through fireballs. That's projectile.
Right,
whatever.
But it.
Yeah.
It just the way that Shine was using it was very effective.
Smart. That makes sense.
Why
you DPing? SpaceBoy knows. I don't think he can kill here, because he's not going to build super. Yeah, okay, he spent the X. Now you got to get the touch.
DP. Oh, back throw from Callisto. Nice standing medium kick check just for the sit the hell down button. But you've still got such a long hill to climb here. And Luke has a DP available. Also has that fantastic fireball, just the strength of these buttons. No anti-air.
And that jump animation that's so hard to... Well, how do you know, though? I guess, like, you just know. But his jump is scary and kind of confusing. Because here's the thing. the way he like pulls his fists to his knees and then back up, it's hard to know. It's hard to recognize his jump arc sometimes. Yeah, what Carlton Banks said, the Crash Bandicoot, right?
It's the
hit you with the
Bandicoot
50-50.
I've never seen it before, but now I see it.
Yeah,
My
man's Crash
Aku Aku
Bandicoot.
mask.
You never know what size Crash Bandicoot's hitting on. You never know.
You know what? In fact, the only thing Luke is missing is something that Crash has, which is a Tatsumaki.
Oh, I was going to say the best game on PlayStation 1, but also.
Oh, well, that too.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay, now we're going to have a Crash Bandicoot for Spyro debate.
Oh, Spyro's so good. Stop. I'll be honest, I've only played like 10 minutes of each game, so I'm not a good person to talk about it.
Wow.
I only played JRPGs on my PS1. I was that kid. Activation, goes low, gets the hit. Yeah, see, Carlton Banks feels me.
Ooh. The low, short, Callisto, great sequences there. It looked like none of those were counter hits, so it seemed like SpaceBoy was just trying to walk back in some of those situations and get away, you know, build a little bit of space to start relying on Luke's superior buttons. But what Callisto is doing really well is something that I think is what is making a lot of people revisit Juri now, is just that, like, her low short and her low forward is so good.
That and her stand medium kick. Are you kidding me? I have been learning the ways of stand medium kick from Juri. That button is so godlike, especially when she's popped V trigger. And this right now, what we're about to see, we saw it again. This is what I like to call the Deadeye power up, right? Once Deadeye activates, the game changes and shit goes wild. You got to make a decision, SpaceBoy. Nah, wrong decision. You stood up. You thought you could stand block? Nah, this economy don't take those.
You stand on your own 2 feet and observe this L that you just took. One game apiece.
Yeah, looking really clean as Deadeye. This is going to be a good set. I really think this one will go down to the wire. Both these players are so strong, so smart. And man, whoever wins, we're going to have a banger of a winners finals in front of us.
Yeah, oh my god. I think, obviously, anyone looking at this matchup, like, you know, the Street Fighter community right now is inherently rooting for Callisto because we want to see that Luke has weaknesses. Right,
Bunch, don't worry. Metal Gear Solid is overrated. Okay, we're back here. The neutral gonna jump back.
You get out.
Okay, going for it. A little bit of a minus. Takes a turn. The forward moving normals gets the confirm into the target combos. Get him tossed.
Ooh,
jump back.
Nice. That was a smart up. Oh my god, you summoned.
Yo, I'm plugging your microphone right now. I'm plugging your microphone right now. Leave. Leave. We're done here. On Kojima's name, I swear. Yep. All right. Back to the match. I'm delayed, so I'm literally watching it on stream. So you guys are gonna have to deal with it.
Okay.
Apologize.
You want me to give you like a shitty half-ass apology where I'm like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
who said made you feel bad? Did I do one of those?
Do like one of those twit longer apologies.
Okay, let me. Hi, I'm here because y'all know that I said a thing on the internet that wasn't good, but I didn't mean it to offend people that I love. I have a lot of Metal Gear Solid friends, and they think I'm great, so don't you worry. I think Metal Gear Solid is just okay, and it's fine. Damn, the wake-up DPs are fine! That was more than just okay, that was a call-out, and we going into dead Juri. SpaceBoy!
I have to say, filtering in, I have lots of Metal Gear Solid friends, was like actually too perfect, and it threw me through a loop. I was like, this man has read some twit longers.
I've read a lot of shitty twit longer apologies in my day.
2 games to 1, SpaceBoy up over Callisto. But, well, it's 2 games for SpaceBoy, 1 for Callisto, and 1 collectively for all of the rest of us. And Tom is sitting at -1 for...
Yeah, for my bad video game opinions. Yo, crosscut DPs, we got those. SpaceBoy showing the strength of Luke right now, pushing Callisto to the corner.
Oh, what a whiff punish! Ooh. Oh, but whiff punishes in equal measure. We got the Popeye arms. Nice uppercut from SpaceBoy wants to maintain this corner position. Unfortunate flip tech means that Callisto gets whiff punished once again in the corner. Oh, you so respecting the Popeye arms too much. Luke is so sticky. Like, he just stays on top of you.
Yeah, he is all about it. But here we go. Callisto getting the activation, but the V-shift, V-break, smart stuff. You can't dash in on EX Sandblaster, and I don't know what you do in that situation. Luke is moving forward, tossing fireballs. It's going to be a bad time.
All right, this is set point now for SpaceBoy, but Callisto definitely has the answer. That last round in particular, I think, was just a lot of unfortunate scramble situations.
Yeah.
Oh, the whiff punish on the
That moves
fireball score
forward
there is
so
actually
far.
huge for SpaceBoy.
I know SpaceBoys enjoy the hell out of this character getting those kind of whiff punishes. Charge him up. Yo, he interrupts with a medium kick. Callisto's ready. Not going to fall for the weird stuff. Overhead. Okay, there's a trade. Catches him low. Tries to run through. Lands on the Fuha. One more touch will do it for Callisto on this one, but the check. No activation yet for SpaceBoy. He whiffs the throw. Has to activate off of EX.
Yeah, it's fine. Throws are plus on whiff. We all know this. We got EX, but let's the DP rock. Does Callisto.
Mad respect.
Yeah.
Oh, you spaced that properly? Let me just EX DP.
Yeah, thanks for shooting
Nice
bunch on that Final Fantasy slander.
I agree with Bunch. So we're back here to the neutral. Moves forward. EXDP, counter hit combos, optimal stuff with the side switch V trigger. Oh no, SpaceBoy let it rip again, and now Callisto's about to eat.
The reversal gets thrown, but thankfully the stun still goes down. Cash out the other reversal. SpaceBoy should be safe from stun now. MK works out as a trip guard of sorts there. Back throw's not going to do it, but any hit will do it. Keeps getting after throw these low checks. SpaceBoy is not respecting the offense after throw. And it is opening up so much real estate here for Callisto. 2 games to 2.
Yeah,
I'm just saying Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite one.
Really
I know that's an unpopular
Eight's really godlike.
opinion.
I love 8. I love 8. I love that Bunch loves 10, because that's actually Anna's favorite game.
Oh, 10 is great.
10's great. I think that's the same thing with me, Carlton. I played 7 way late, and like 6 is just godlike. Anyway, we're back to Newts, kind of moving. Love this walk and block here coming. No, tries to cross cut, but the jump was safe. The jump was be safe.
That's why he puts his arms down like that. He's blocking his ass.
Oh yeah, you got to cover it. Yo, someone jumps up with a cross up light, you got to cover the cheeks.
Callisto needs to try to play this pretty patiently. SpaceBoy trying to navigate back. Okay, throw right into throw.
I like
Now
that
we
V
block
reversal.
below.
Yep, I respect that. But now there's a big punish. Okay, throw.
Oh.
Decision time, both sides. Oh, he goes for chip. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
The comeback ability from Callisto, you got to finish your plate. Don't let the man live.
Yeah, I mean, you had already surrendered most of your life bar there, and you don't want to be down around, right? Like, is it a big expense? Absolutely. But it's still working out decently for you. There is a big reliance on lunge from SpaceBoy so far in this game 3.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on it because it's getting punished a lot. Sweep gets punished there. Only a target combo punish, but it works out. These two are slugging at each other.
My God, the Fuha charge catching SpaceBoy trying to just have a little baby turn. Just give me a turn. Nah, take Fuha charges. Now marching forward. You can't jump in on this man. A lot of sand blasters just fishing for something. The gray health melting down a little bit, but the walk forward DP. I got one too, says SpaceBoy. Don't forget, I also play a Shoto style character. This Juri's not really Shoto
what
style,
a
but
great jab check from SpaceBoy through the stagger. And the JoJo punches blow up Callisto for trying to dash forward. I'm sorry, I still have this resource on deck. That is a JoJo's reference. It may not be Street Fighter 3, but it is a JoJo's reference. SpaceBoy closes it out in 3-2 to go on to the winners finals against Danslip. And I imagine SpaceBoy's not going to stop off that Luke. So Tammy Luke is looking like it's going to be our winners finals. The old god and the new god.
I have some news that I need to let y'all know from the bracket. Shine and Metro M played off stream, and Metro won 3-2. Metro beat Shine 3-2. Now, Metro's a godlike player. I'm not taking anything away from Metro. But that's a little baby upset. It's not a giant upset. It's not a Tom-sized upset. It's a little baby upset.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that Shine played Knife Cody, right? And I think that's a matchup that definitely has the possibility for Claw to really exert a lot of control in the ground game. And if Shine didn't figure out appropriately how to navigate through that, if it was harder for Shine to maybe use some of the Zonk Knuckles to try to get in, I can definitely see why, at least matchup-wise, it could go Metro M's favor.
Totally.
It looks
Yeah,
like
I definitely agree with
getting
that.
Mailyn and Carlton Banks in as our next match. So we got most of our top 8 for you tonight. And normally we run just the top 6, but we got through the winner side fast enough that y'all get to take a look at this one. So Metro M and Callisto will be one of the loser semis on the other side. The winner of this match plays FluxWavez for the other loser semifinal spot.
Man, that's going to be so good. All of these matches have been absolute fire. I was hanging out watching some Netflix with the missus, eating some ice cream, relaxing after work. And I had the stream up in the little corner of my phone while I was flipping through text messages. And I got to tell you, we've had a hell of matches the whole way. But I am so excited to see the rest of them. Danslip, SpaceBoy, winners finals is going to be wild. Metro, Callisto, I've seen it before. I want to see it again. I see that almost every Monday, and it's always a banger. Mailyn versus Carlton. Carlton bringing that Juri. God, I love it.
Mailyn on the poison. It's so interesting to me how common poison is ending up the other character pick for people who had been playing Laura.
I tell you, it's a yin and yang. I really feel like it's a yin yang situation. Like, poison has all the things Laura does not, except for the Jesus take the wheel V trigger, right? But poison does have hella damage when she pops that V trigger. I think it's a great complementary playstyle, and honestly, I'm a huge fan of Mailyn's poison.
Right, and there's something else to be said too, that like they both share this one tool, which is you spend the EX bar and you generate plus frames for yourself. Like you hit that magic number for 1 bar and set up a strike throw situation. And Laura already sort of develops you to play in that way. So the fact that Poison has that ability to cash out if you want to be able to do that is huge. Mailyn in a pretty dominant position here. Great little forward checks here. Carlton Banks has to use the V skill to try to get through that standing medium kick, but we actually don't have anything to cancel off of it.
Yep, and now trying to get the V skill charged up, but the whip is ready from Mailyn, taking the round. And I gotta pause this for a second to call out. This is the first time in history I've ever seen Jiggy Fee cheer against Juri. That's it. Let's move forward. Anti-air, good stuff from Carlton. Nice whip confirmed though from Mai.
We got some fireballs stored here for Carlton already. No, has to cash out one of them, and really eating these whips and these crouch fierces.
Nice
anti-air there. Oh, okay, does find the whiff punish. I thought that you were not going to find that punish there, but it lingers quite a long time, like a Cranberry song at your high school prom.
Yo, did you have to? Okay, low forward gets the activation, gets the hit. Coming, the fire is up. Big DP damage. I think Juri's dead. Nah.
No, I think she's alive.
She's alive. Yeah.
Which is a real shame, right? If the Molotov damage hadn't been canceled, we may have actually died anyway. If you were in the corner and just cashed out the 2 bars instead of a super. Carlton, I think the right hit. This is confirm ranged for CA to kill here for Carlton. Absolutely now after that back throw. Smart backdash from Mailyn. Full V skill store on deck now for Carlton, which means Mailyn is not going to be able to go into that whip stance haphazardly, but the forward dash catches Mailyn unawares. Tried to walk forward and steal some space, but Juri, with one of the fastest dashes in the West, catches you with that low check, close out on the round.
All right, trying to backdash out, lets the V skill rock coming forward. Okay, crush counter, double up, gets a little bit of pressure here, lets the release.
Hit low forward goes unconfirmed here. And one thing you can see that Carlton is trying to, once Carlton is out of range, goes back and stores the V skill. I think Mailyn needs to be mindful of that and try to more aggressively take space.
Yep, speaking of taking space, spends the EX to kind of push Mailyn back to the corner, but Mailyn has the defense, kind of moving forward, got some swings, and now we're just back to it again, trying to charge up Mailyn, using the down fierce to stop that.
That's
it's
exactly
tough,
the kind of thing I was talking about. Like, you want to try to... Carlton needs to back off in order to do it, and it absolutely gives you space because you are the one... Like, it backs off to a range where there is no threat, and you are the one who gets to generate threat first. This is the same situation we saw before. I think she's low enough to die. No, I think she's still alive. Yeah, she's still alive. Oh my goodness, actually a fair bit. Yeah. The V-trigger scaling is hard.
I mean, honestly, there could be a path to victory here for Carlton Banks, but it's going to be hard. That's not it. Needed the medium punch DP to get that happening, but Mailyn going to take that trade. We take those. Mailyn looking strong.
Yeah, but that was a really close game one, though. And I think Carlton is demonstrating answers in the matchup, right? I think right now, Mailyn needs to, one, maintain the control that they had, but two, I think you need to continue to expand upon what you did show that was working, which is to say, you know, continue to aggressively take that space when Carlton backs off, exactly like we're seeing here. You need to keep doing that, but you need to try to not surrender the space that you've taken, which we're kind of seeing a little bit. I wish that Mailyn was being more of the aggressor in the ground game, which it actually looks like we're getting right now.
Yo, nice stand like it. Okay, coming forward. Yo, the overhead. Okay, checking again. Gets the fierce, Neutral jump. Gets the roundhouse. Man, Mailyn's looking really comfortable in this matchup. It's almost like he has a Juri. He plays a whole bunch.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those really transparent spots, right? Like, all right, we need V-trigger confirm. How are we going to V-trigger confirm at this range? This move. The move that has a neutral jump, really clean counterplay. Bet.
Oh, big misconfirm, though. Nice punish coming in from him. Going to hit the setup. Crush counter. What are we doing?
Yeah, I think maybe Mailyn wanted to try to get something else off the crush counter. We didn't quite get it. Gets away with the V-skill store, but actually Carlton accidentally corners themselves. Low forward check, rather. Gets you stuck in the corner. Goes for the reset here rather than catch it out immediately, which I actually like that choice. Get a little bit of extra gray life. We have one Molotov left for a confirm. Nice walk back.
That's dead. Gonna CA it up. Mailyn's up 2-0. Question, does Carlton Banks stick with the Juri, keep getting that practice and keep moving, or do we see the birdie come out to play?
I am not necessarily sure. Like, do you... I don't think that you make the switch to birdie just because it feels warmer. I think you make the switch to birdie if you feel like the matchup is favorable compared to the Juri matchup. And I'm not necessarily sure that anything that I'm watching right now tells me that Juri is the problem. I think it's Carlton that's the problem, which is to say that a character switch is not inherently going to fix what is giving him problems in this matchup right now.
Yo, can we back here, stand fierce?
Trying to use more of that standing movement.
Nice hits.
Calling out is such a great tool.
Okay, big whips coming in, gets the tech. Swing, low forwards here, just pressing normals, trying to find some way to come in here and get it moved up. Nothing much happening here, dashing up. Ooh, nice button.
That was a smart dash back. It seemed like Carlton is, unfortunately, in this spot, smart DP. You knew that there was going to be something after the fact. Oh, but the forward jump actually means that the trigger activation does not quite work. Ooh. And the trade works out beautifully for Mailyn as we move to set point. And I just feel like Carlton's game plan approach right now is just a little bit too linear. We're not seeing the adaptations and the layer 2 around the fact that Mailyn has answers for what Carlton's doing. You need to innovate, and we're not quite seeing it. For example, like the V triggers, like the V skills are coming out like to get out of the corner, but it's leaving him punished. So you're actually losing out more than you would think you would be.
Yep, coming in here, pressing it up, kind of down fierce swing. Okay, just gonna let it rock low. That's gonna be a punish here, coming in. Mailyn absolutely coming in with, man, Mailyn just seems comfortable and calm in this matchup, and it seems tough for Carlton to get in.
Yeah, and one thing I want to call out for Mailyn as well is the stand short checks have been really great too. When Carlton does get in that dash range, to be able to really explosively open up offense like we saw in game 1. Stand short is really available. Obviously, as I say that, we finally end up with a trigger confirm. A little bit too far away for the follow-up stand fierce after the trigger activation from Mailyn, which unfortunately means we're not going to get as much damage as we want. CA on deck for both players, but Mailyn can take this with the right hit, and this might be it. I think that it should be. Yeah, with minimum scaling, you're definitely dead. Carlton already in the chat. Nice. The spoilers for everybody watching on the 15-second delay. Carlton with the womp womp.
But like again, I gotta bring this out and say it out loud. I think it's dope that Carlton's willing to bring his Juri to this tournament, put it out there, and I'm gonna assume if Carlton rocked Juri in top 8, Carlton rocked it the whole set, right? Which tells me he got top 8 with his Juri, which is super sick. And it's an important way to test out your character test how you're feeling things out, and really check your progress, right? It's one thing to sit in training mode and do whiff punishes. It's one thing to do combos and different routes and train that up in training mode. But you need to take it into brackets and test it to see if you're going to be able to do it when your nerves are playing a factor, right? So it's really cool to see Carlton Banks bringing that in.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And that's kind of where I came from, where I was talking about, like, if we're going to make the switch back to Birdie, right? Yeah. I think to make it this far with principally the Juri shows that there's a baseline competence with Juri where, like, you're at a point where you really need the experience and you want to start to treat it like you're not like you're learning a new character, but like you have two characters and you can make the selection for the matchup, which is something we're seeing more and more among all of the best players for this game, is that more and more people have multiple characters that they can operate at this high level.
Right.
And you start to see the mind game around character matchups much more than I recall seeing. First and foremost through the lifespan of this game, but also, I mean, I just don't recall seeing a lot of it in other titles that I've historically watched.
Yeah, that's a great point, Brad. I have nothing to add. But what I do have to say is I am hella excited to see yet another Juri on screen. We're going to see 836 Callisto going up against Metro M. These two go at it all the time, constantly. They've got to be playing daily at this point. From every time, I feel like every tournament I show up to, I see them on stream, right? This is going to be a hell of a match. How is Metro going to deal with Callisto, and how's Callisto going to deal with Metro? Those are the questions.
I feel like one of the things that Juri does really well in a lot of matchups is that her hurt boxes on her crouching kicks are so low that she ends up low profiling a lot of standing pokes that you see represented from other characters. And I think that's one of the things that makes her a little bit more difficult to deal with in some of the matchups that maybe you immediately don't expect to go well for Juri just because of where she is in terms of the tier list. But then you find like, oh no, she actually has the strength. That being said, I don't know how likely that's going to be against Claw, right? Because Claw just comes out from so far that it's probably hard for Juri to contest, even with her great low forward. We're already seeing Callisto playing more of this fireball style game and trying to move in behind the Fuha.
Yeah, I like these V-skills, too, to go across it, right? Shutting down some of these longer normals, like using it as a whiff punish. Anytime Deadeye tries to get something going or even get like a Fuha store, Metro so far has been ready with this V-skill. It's looking good.
Yeah,
walks in on the jump.
I mean, just in general, you don't want to let your opponent get away with storing these resources that they need to actively play for. Wow, what a great call out. Had exactly the resources necessary to close that out in the way that we need to. Metro M taking the first round. And like, I think Callisto has the foundations of a good approach here, but it's just like you said, Metro M is doing a really great job at calling out some of these gaps.
Yeah, but that stand medium kick buffer looking clean, looking strong.
Wow, air to air, and then the crouch confirm and the scramble after the fact. Metro with a slight life here, but now Callisto is has the life lead and is in the driver's seat. We're in that range 0 where we want to live. This is going to be difficult for Metro M, but Callisto actually just backs way off. But the slide goes punished. Metro thought that they were going to get away with an empty slide just on the threat of the Rose.
Yep, Kane coming back to neutral here. Just a little bit of press. That medium kick buffer doing work for Callisto again. One more touch will kill. Gets the medium. Nothing doing. And now Metro's going to slide. Oh, he tried. He tried to start the party. But Callisto was ready with the backdash.
Yeah, it's a great backdash and a great round on the board there for Callisto. It was definitely a much stronger start. And that's what you want to see, right? Like when you're dealing with a character like Claw, you want to get into that range 0, stay right on top of them, push them into the corner, and just really never let them get back to playing neutral. It's an atrocious matchup, and you want to make sure that you're getting the most of every interaction. Gets away with that jump in. These early jump shorts, actually, something of an adjustment from Callisto to deal with Metro M's anti-air game, because Metro M is going for air-to-airs because of Claw's weak anti-air game.
Yep, just kind of going back to it, though. A lot of life on the table here. Metro looking really, really strong, but one touch is going to get the CA this time. V-Trigger's already on the party, using the combo to get into that route. For some reason, I looked at the wrong side, got confused. The overhead, a little bit of pressure from Callisto.
You know what I love about that CA there is that the damage removes the claw from claw, which fundamentally changes the ground game of this matchup and makes Juri the one who dictates the range that they're dealing with. Now Callisto can play a keep out poke game because the claw is off the table. And look at how much it shifts the matchup.
Yeah.
Metro M has to uncomfortably walk in behind what is fundamentally a weaker version of this character because you don't want to be playing in that range. And it works out beautifully for Metro M, closing out with the standing medium kick poke. It's the same thing that closed out in round 2 there. The second the claw pops up, the state of the matchup shifts into Juri's favor a little bit.
Right. And it was really interesting too to see that once that happened, right, you didn't see any whiff normals from Deadeye unless it was like a counter poke at the range that they believed that Metro was going to be pressing something, because Metro was trying to stay back and do that Rose V trigger to catch a big normal, right? And when Metro saw that wasn't coming, we saw the slide, we saw the Rose, and then of course it was spaced at a way that Deadeye could just push medium kick to see if Metro pressed anything, and it worked out to close the game. Activation off the flip. Tried to dash, gets tossed.
That was a really hungry dash, and that back throw there is huge for Metro M. So much space on the screen. Actually walks Metro all the way to the corner.
I'm just kind of wiggling it in, back and forth. My God, my guy is just pinwheeling. Dashing in, goes low, throws out the foo-ha. Chases down the view reversal, not too much of a hit, but he doesn't recover in time to get the anti-air, and Metro takes the round. Nice stuff from Metro.
That's not the first time in that situation, too, that Metro has gotten away with like a neutral jump MK in those spots. And Callisto has not had the anti-air on deck.
Okay, but dashing up, hitting the medium kick, a little three-piece there. Air to air, though. I like the jump back and then the air throw. Metro saying, all right, I don't know how much of an anti-air game you like to jump. Let me go to the air to air party. Ooh. Oh my God, the scramble, and Metro's ready with the big punish. He's on the board. I think we're a game apiece.
Oh, that's oh no, you're right. Yeah, that first game. Wow, the first round of that first game looked so hard for Callisto that I, in my head, invented a 1-1 score going into this one. But no, you're absolutely right. One game apiece. And I mean, Metro, that round in particular is exactly what you want in a claw round, right? Like. Standing strong, doing a great job at shutting stuff down. Some big standing strong counter hits. Just really punishing Callisto for trying to cheat forward. Nice throw tech. And Callisto's back to that same gameplay and approach we saw in round 1 of game 1, where it's like back off, try to move in behind the foo-ha so that you can, you know, generate some offense for yourself rather than trying to earn your way in the footsie game.
Yo, what a crosscut DP. Love to see that. Okay. First hit throw going low. Metro able to block and then just walk out back to playing some neutral. The claw still on the hand, so we definitely got some range. He's just wiggling on in, trying to find a way.
A lot of patient play here, and you can see like Callisto's at a point where Callisto is completely dissuaded from trying to whiff button because Metro's done such a great job of whiff punishing. So Callisto's really trying to pick their spots. Works out pretty well. The claw is off. The offense is started. The trigger is activated. Callisto doesn't need to spend all the resources that are available to them to close out this round. Gets hit by the off the wall. Chases down the V reversal, but these crouching jabs actually from Metro. We don't have the claw, but it's still okay. It was working out fine, but we let an EX pinwheel run.
Yeah, that is some good stuff right there coming in. We're round apiece. Round apiece. Just one round on Deadeye. I can't count anymore. It's broken me. The neutral's broken me.
Backing way off. I think as long as Metro is able to really push forward and see Callisto backing off and ceding space, then backing away when the foo-ha's come out is fine. And Metro keeps finding these inventive ways to navigate around the foo-ha without cornering themselves.
Yeah. Yo, gets a little walk forward, counter hit, gets a second hit of that, but maybe saw the range was off and didn't feel like going through it, or maybe just didn't expect to get the two-piece. Good corner, tried to jumping back with the air there. I like that. Metro short-changing on it, though, trying to bait something. Air to airs from Metro. Blocks the ASE.
Ooh.
Yo, you cannot be shift on me. Not dead, but one setup left for the party. Oh, he backdashed, but he had the recovery and matched the jabs. Brad, Deadeye is so prepared. 2-1. Callisto.
This is why You should never in this game be doing a regular throw and not buffering or option selecting something after it. And that's been true since season 1. And the fact that people still get caught just hitting, you know, throw, unless you're, you know, deliberately delay teching or something like that, where you're, but even then, just do something after.
Okay, down jab. You know, the crush counter, a little dash follow-up. Nice stuff. Gets the roundhouse, the counter hit. Not crush countering. Oh, big hits this time, and now all over to the corner. I feel like Callisto's figured something out about Metro's ideas. Medium kick, stun.
You're exactly right here, and this is looking like such a great round. We're going to be closing this out. Metro, I'm stuck in the corner. The claw is gone. Trigger is available. Are we going to see Slide Rose to get out? No, we actually just
Oh my god, he went for it.
You did not need to pinwheel there. We have gone coast to coast all the way to this other corner. Off the wall, blocks the unblockable, but the Rose keeps him safe.
Good defense, though. Forcing Metro to spend that V-trigger is actually a big win there. Blocks the mix, crush counter sweep. The activation kept it safe either way. And now Metro's got to show off his defense. Can't be reaching. You can't be reaching.
Especially not with a player of Callisto's caliber. You know that they're ready to catch that with punish. And we are on set point for Callisto here.
Okay,
Oh
wow,
my
that
God.
hit super late. Did not expect that. Now the air-to-air medium punch coming from Metro. Nice punish.
The stun is actually really high. At what point does Callisto spend a V reversal? In fact, no, we're not going to spend the V reversal. We're going to cash out into the V trigger, which works out fine. Stun no longer a factor. Has that timing. You called out that you think Callisto has figured out something, and you can kind of see what it is. Look at how many times Callisto is getting like limb, micro walk forward, and then a big counter hit confirmed.
Yep.
Has figured out the timing for where Metro M is counter poking, and has the chase down, the answer for the V reversal to close out the game and the set 3-1.
Yeah, looking strong. Gonna head to loser semifinals to fight the winner of our next match, Mailyn and FluxWavez. And good showing to Metro M, always in top 8s. I don't know if I've ever seen Metro not in the top 8 in any bracket. Hell of a showing, great performance. Love seeing that claw. Unfortunately, not strong enough today to go over Callisto, who's going to head into that next game. My goodness, we are down to our top 5. We got Dan's Lips, SpaceBoy, Callisto, Mailyn, and FluxWave. Soon to be top 4 after this match.
So Mailyn versus FluxWavez. This is another one like I talk about so often now with these online tournaments and all these players with multiple characters that they play at the highest level. What character matchup do we see? There's the possibility for like some Galaxy Brain counter picks here, right? Because, oh, I mean, we could just see a Poison Mirror, sure. But, you know, Mailyn could lean in for the Laura pick. Does FluxWavez preemptively steer into that and try to pick a character that has a better answer for it? Are we just going to see the more I describe it, the more I'm like, are we just going to see the Poison Mirror? I think we might just see the Poison Mirror.
Could be. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Mailyn... I don't think Mailyn's picking Laura if Flux is going to go Poison. So I think you're right. I just had to sit and, like, noodle on that, let that, like, percolate in the brain for a second.
Yeah.
And I just... Yeah, I don't think Mailyn wants to play Laura against Flux's Poison, so... I think it's a mirror. It's either that or
at that
Flux
point,
is going to go Mika?
That's what I was going to say, is, like, do you then... If you're FluxWavez, are you like, I don't think that they'll pick into the Laura mirror, into the Poison mirror, or I think they will pick into the Poison mirror rather than Laura Poison. So do I immediately counterpick? And that's where you get to this thing where it's like, we're getting RPS at character select.
Right. And you definitely have to when you play in brackets on the East Coast and you play these players so many times, right? And you've got the level of practice and skill that RPS has to happen early. It's going to be Laura. Mailyn's bringing it out. V-Trigger 1, V-Skill 1 up against FluxWave, who's bringing the Poison. Let's see what Mailyn's got for this. I'm interested to see how he plays the matchup, honestly. Mailyn's got a hell of a Poison. It'll be fun to see. Oh, look at those socks. All right, I already found a way in.
Yeah, I think the problem is, like, you end up at that -2 off the jab elbow, and there's nothing really to stop FluxWavez from just walking back.
Oof.
Oh.
Yeah, but he got in and went for the big command grab, but Flux was holding up for it, saying, listen, I play Mikey. I play a command grab character. I know when you want the grabs. Face the anti-air.
It doesn't get a whole lot for it, though. And the thing is, like, you can't... I was about to say you can't let this life bar tell you any lies. That
Nice.
This could really swing Laura's way at any point. And it still can, but we may well not see a trigger come out from Mailyn here. Great
I don't
standing
think Mailyn will
medium
build
kick
it.
confirmed. Nice patience
Oh.
from FluxWavez. Gets the big crush counter. We're
He tried
seeing
to
some uncharacteristic drops from FluxWavez.
Yeah, it looked like a drop, and then FluxWave maybe tried to make the best of it by getting that little delayed meaty, right? Or maybe that was intentional, but trying to change the game plan, whatever it was, dashed in. Mailyn had the crouching jab check, and we good.
Oh, okay, gets away with the cartwheel a little bit there. Also gets away with rocking the anti-air whip, and it goes unchallenged here. But, like, these loose factors in FluxWave's gameplay are something that I have to imagine Mailyn is going to flop and capitalize on. But you will still never get away with a fake V-skill dash. That has been something that should have been true of Laura players in Season 1, and FluxWaves definitely knows how to check those.
Yep. Gets the throw. Going for it. Little shimmy sham. Walking back. Takes it to Shimmy Johns. Gets the turkey tom. Okay, I like the view reversal. Doesn't want to hold the plus frames. Crush counter.
This time we do not drop the combo. Stays same side off the cartwheel. V reversal through the hard raid. We don't want to deal with those plus frames. We don't want to be on the back foot of that. I know what happens when I do that to people. I don't want you to do that to me.
My god, these down fierces are wreaking havoc on Mailyn's toes. Scuffing up the kicks. Like, trying to find a way in. Trying to get a clap. Trying to get something. And Flux is like, listen, I got this really long, slow normal. I'm just going to keep hitting it. What are you going to do? Alright. Plus.
What I love that FluxWavez is doing is FluxWavez is making it a point to spend the bar on EX heart rate and force Mailyn to keep using the V gauge on V reversal to not take the mix, which has completely nullified the comeback factor of Laura's V trigger. And it's a huge piece of this matchup right now. Mailyn still has the life lead, but look at all that great
low forward.
That low forward was a full combo's worth of damage.
Yep. Okay, here goes a little bit of a command dash, not checked by Flux. Now we're back to the down fierce range. This is the range. Waits, gets hit with the jumping fierce, doesn't have the anti-air unlock though. Getting a V reversal, doesn't want to deal with the plus frames. The crush counter, flip out.
Oh, right.
He's got a back, back dashing forever.
Oh, that's huge. Mailyn doesn't have really anything to try to push forward here. The anti-air whip closes it out for FluxWavez. And I want to call out something else. On top of the fact that FluxWavez is doing such a great job of micromanaging Mailyn's V gauge, the combo structure Mailyn is going for to compensate is leaving damage on the table, but they have to do it. We saw that jump in fierce combo in the corner, went right into target combo into V skill to try to build some V gauge, to try to salvage V trigger.
Yeah.
When we could have seen a different combo choice that would have led to a better knockdown situation or more cyclical pressure. But we had to make that choice to make something happen. Speaking of choices, you chose to whiff that towards Fierce. Big crush counter here for FluxWavez. But Mailyn doing a much better job of staying in the pocket this round.
I like the jumping roundhouse, just kind of fall weird, throw off FluxWave defensive game a little bit. Now we got the pressure. Mailyn is swinging, a little too much swinging though, gets the crush counter and a launcher. Now we're going to whip it up, spend the bar. Woo!
You stay same side, but the low forward connects the walk back from FluxWavez. You are not safe after low short, low jab. This will continue. Laura will return in the next block string. Looking like an MCU post-credit scene. EX elbow, just bulldoze through the neutral. You thought it was a whip, instead it was me, Laura.
Now that's actually the transition into the thing, right? Will return, EX, blocks it. Okay, nice little low, tries to go for the throw. One too many times with the well, good tech from Flux. Still locked in the corner is Mailyn, right? Okay, but the elbow is doing a little bit of baby work. Tries to chase down the V-shift, doesn't quite have it. Tries to move forward and gets hit with these whips. And now we're watching Mailyn's health melt as FluxWave is just putting the boots to him.
Oh, see, that's tough. And it's this reliance on the V-reversal. I almost kind of wish Mailyn would hold off on the V-reversal and just sort of try to contend. I mean, I understand not wanting to be in the mix, but especially in that round, a V-trigger confirm could have been your path to victory, and the second that V-reversal came out, I felt like your chances got much slimmer. We're back in the
Nice
pocket.
counter hit.
Counter jab confirm.
Yo, he's underneath, gets the low. That's going to stun. Laura's got so much damage.
Is there a reset? No,
has to be.
Meaty clap right into command grab. One game apiece. Some nice adjustments from Mailyn. I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure what the neutral adjustment was that happened just yet, because Mailyn's, whatever Mailyn adjusted, just let them bypass neutral, get right into range 0, and start the blender.
Right, and even without the V-trigger, you know, available, Mailyn is making some really good decisions, playing, and even honestly, like you said, using their solid neutral ability to move in and move past some of this stuff, and not blocking with their face as much, which is really helpful, because this isn't Zangief, right? You can't block with your face as much as Laura.
Right. Placing these low forwards really well is definitely one part of it.
Doing just backing outside that whip range, but then gets hit. But before that, really spaced the whip well. Spaced out of it.
Nice. Confirmed from FluxWavez right in the trigger. Has the anti-air on deck. Mailyn went for the high risk, high reward, neutral jump, fierce call out.
Oh my god.
And it's not
the droptimal combo. Man is droptimal with these setups. Okay, again, just back to her standard neutral. Mailyn trying to dash around these whips. Flux trying to keep him at bay, build up that gray health. +1.
Yep, just forced to just deal with it that time. But using the jab elbow as a poke almost, it seems like it's the adjustment here from Mailyn. And you can use it from like right outside of the... Oh! Has the
OS,
option
baby.
select. What was I talking about earlier?
I like the lack of... Doesn't matter, get shimmied. Yeah, the lack of quick rise was really smart there, right? Because Mailyn was going to go for some kind of a meaty clap into a 50-50. Flux shut that down, but then still stood up and kept getting hit.
You and I both just did the same thing.
Yeah, we both just typed the same message. Going low, hits it down fierce.
You know what? These command dashes are actually going unchecked suddenly.
Oh, Mailyn!
Fierce elbow, anti-air, +1 on the dash in. Has to spin the V-reversal to FluxWavez. Back to the neutral. Answers with the V-reversal of their own as Mailyn. Look at the way this gray life is mounting up because of this reliance on the V-reversal. The highest of value throws.
Yo, that low forward was such a button to choose. Has the V-reversal to slow down the pressure of Mailyn, who's actually kind of got Flux on the back heel right now.
Yeah, I had just called out in game 1 how good a job Flux was doing of checking the V-dashes, but Mailyn is actually getting away with a whole lot of them. Ooh! Whiff punishes the crouch fierce with the EX elbow. We go in, jab elbow would be plus, so we V-reversal. This is huge, but we don't have a big follow-up here. But Mailyn actually has the life lead and can just kind of wait here. Honestly,
Flux is going to be careful with it. EX elbow is going to blow up a whiff. He's looking for it. Flux knows. 25 seconds. Okay.
EX clap forces FluxWavez to back all the way up. Oh my god, that could have been huge, but was covered by the trap.
That gets rid of the threat, though, of the reactions. You can't jump here. The anti-air. You needed that armor. Well, actually, looking at Mailyn's health, I wonder if the armor would have had him killed either. Yeah, the armor wasn't a factor because of health, maybe. Yeah.
Before we ate that crouch fierce, when Mailyn had the life lead, if I was Mailyn, I think it would have been wise to back way off, hit, you know, an instant fierce clap to build that extra little bit of meter to get the 1 bar, and then you have the health to live through hitting something with the armor, and you have the life lead, and it's going to give Flux a lot of pause. But unfortunately got caught by the crouch fierce anyway. Back in the driver's seat, we are in the blender once again.
Yo, walks back, got the throw bait.
Delay rise again, just delay rise as the consistent answer.
What a jump back.
Delay rise is such a great call against Laura. So long.
Oh my god, these great, and he's gonna throw him, so it's not gonna scale as much.
But
Flux
there's no
might
bar.
Be a genius. Yeah, has to be a
right
reversal.
Into the reversal. These matches are so close. Cooking
Look
all
the
that
gray
gray life
health.
is actually huge. Mailyn has to walk way back, still alive by the hair of
clipped.
their chinny chin chin.
My god, the socks were on fire. Everything was on fire. Mailyn was trying to hold it down, but Flux was like, listen, I'm going to get this one. What a jump. Just barely out of range for the hit. Okay, little Rossetti. Crush counter. Stop moving towards me. Gets the side switch. Good amount of damage, too. And now cornered up is Mailyn. Tick throws. One more guess for stun. Wakes up. What a button to choose, Brad.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's some really unorthodox choices coming here out of Mailyn, but it's doing a great job of keeping Flux on the back foot. And we're seeing a lot of these dashes, command dashes, still going unchecked. The X elbow does not quite connect in the way that we want to, but we do have the opportunity for a V-trigger activation here. Mailyn is fishing to activate on hit. You just know it. V-reversal comes out from FluxWavez. That's also ideal because it means that you're not going to have to V-reversal through the mix. We get the clap pressure, but we just wake up into it by mistake. That's not what you wanted on the side of FluxWavez.
Final round.
We're a round apiece. These players are a game, and they're playing so well, adapting and these small adjustments between the two of them. I love it. I still can't believe they nerfed that from +2 to +1 and acted like it was a nerf. Okay, anti-air, walks back, counters. Good jump. Whoop! You can't V-shift on this man.
Regular throw. This is the future that every Laura player wants. So much damage. You're still alive, but you get plus frames after the dash in. We don't even dash in. We just walk forward. We want to see what you're going to do, and then we low forward. And we are 2 games apiece here. Mailyn versus FluxWavez. So back and forth, it's looking like a 2000s drum and bass concert. Shoutouts to Pendulum.
Damn, dude, you're going deep with those references. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to riff on that one, because I didn't listen to drum and bass in the 2000s. I listened to
Neither did I, but I saw them
rock.
open for Linkin Park once.
Was it the Trailer Tractor Show or the Home and Garden Show? Which one was it? We buying plants for the lanai? Slap him up. Reversal. All right, we're back to neutral here. This is looking really solid.
Yourself.
I'm sorry. I'm so clever. Anti-air, marching him up, give him the Millie Rock. Slaps. Yo, don't anti-air this time.
FluxWavez hadn't even done anything. Just got smoked.
Yeah, sometimes you're not expecting it. Well, he just walked back for days. Okay, good V-reversal here. +1.
Okay. Oof. Archers checks Mailyn walking forward. I think both of them are just, like, we're at a spot in this matchup right now where there's just a lot of walking happening. Yeah.
That's signs of good fighting games right there. Just trying to get that pressure and positioning by walking. They're not doing too much. Well, I mean, we're seeing some jumping, but not swinging with normals. They're just trying to move in and out of optimal ranges and try to convince the other person to make a mistake. You know, good little option select, has the corner, gets the low. That's gonna stun.
Oh, you're dead.
There we go.
Laura gets the stun in the corner off a throw and has a bar. Like, I'm sorry,
wow,
your health bar is deleted.
Yep. You better call mom and send an invite to the funeral. Yo, I love that reaction. Goes through it. Doesn't even need the armor, but that's actually a whiff punish.
I love that we're going the distance. This is the last round in this matchup, and what a matchup it has been.
Yeah, both these players definitely came here to prove something.
Yep, had to respect the heart rate. But one thing is, like, Mailyn is doing fine when they're forced to hold the RPS after heart rate. I feel forward. Like... Ooh, okay, the reversal comes out from FluxWavez with the stand short check. Works out decently, spending the V-reversal. I like it, if nothing else, just to force FluxWavez back and to keep FluxWavez back to the corner.
Yeah, well, I think it's important, too, because you talked about how well Mailyn's doing with the RPS after heart rate, but one of the reasons Mailyn's doing well is he's limiting the amount of times he has to play that game. Right. Because it's random, I mean, not random, but, like, there's a mix-up every time. So, like, maybe don't get mixed 30 times, get mixed 25, and give yourself some shots. This one. Oh, my goodness, the patience and defense has the V-reversal this time. Goes for the throw, that trade.
Any hit will do it, and FluxWavez does not have the resources to make that happen. That trade is so unfortunate, and I think that's one of the things that's been super difficult here. We've got one bar on deck from FluxWavez.
Oh my god, but he gets him. Millie Rock, don't get hit. Now nobody can get touched.
This is huge, but there's about 10 seconds left on the clock. Mailyn can actually kind of hold this out, and all of this chip damage gets us to the point where, oh my god, we're just shy of trigger for Mailyn.
Well, the whip.
5 seconds
Wait,
left.
Does Flux have
wins on chip? Oh no, overcommits with 3 seconds left on the clock.
He had to. Because of the chip, it put him down to lower health. You could see yellow on the side of FluxWave. You couldn't see yellow on the side of Mai. That chip melted the health away and made Mai the loser, and Mai had to make a big bet. There was only 4 seconds left.
You're absolutely right, but take that one layer further. You did that, but you understand, all right, if it hits, I win anyway. If I go through a limb, I'm dying because I don't have the armor to trade. If it's blocked, I get punished because I'm minus 1 billion. There's enough time on the clock that I can't do it. So I think what you had to do is you had to drag that down to the point that it gets blocked and the round ends immediately afterwards. Or you have to try to play the mind game of like, they know I need the chip, so they're going to stick out a limb because it'll beat the armor, so I'm going to jump. That's the thing. At 2 seconds, you were either jumping or EX elbowing, and it was a coin flip whether you won or not. Doing it at 3, like, no. There wasn't a scenario where that won. Like, what was FluxWavez going to get hit doing?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That was a tough one. Like, I mean, just based on, like, so you just went through like a very nice, clean breakdown of what could, like, of the mental, like, situations and everything going on, right? But all of that you described in 10 to 15 seconds, all of that had to be decided in 3, right? There was only 4 to 5 seconds on the clock. You had to decide that in like 3 seconds because the timer's ticking. So, damn.
It's tough, but like, what a great set all around, right?
Yeah, great set. We've had great sets all night. I hope you're all enjoying this chat. I hope you're having a hell of a time. See a lot of familiar names in there. It's rad to see you all on this wonderful Tuesday night for the return of Casa. I actually kind of dig this monthly Casa format. It makes it feel exciting, special, and new and unique. And I'm glad to be here, heating the mic on top 8 with my boy Brad M, the other half of team Creaky Knees. When we're not talking about fighting games, we'll tell you how to do your taxes. Don't you worry.
No lie, I'm cooking dinner the other day. I'm in my kitchen, and there's a beat, and I take a step, and I hear a creak. It was my knees, and I thought of you, and I stood there for a good second, and I was like, am I really that old? And did like mini squats, and I was like, yep, them's the joints. Why is it creaky knees, Dan? Because we're old and we got creaky knees.
It's true. Full on.
There ain't much to it.
Ask Brad about CEO. Ask him. Ask Brad. Somebody asked Brad, hey, Brad, what happened to CEO?
God. It was like somebody played jacks on a marble floor.
I got out of bed, and Brad heard my knees go crack, 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 crack. And he went, oh, my God, you actually have creaky knees. And I was like, yeah, I do. It's only half a joke.
That's what happened at CEO.
That's what happened to CEO Bunch. I actually have creaky-ass knees. I believe the official medical term is crepidus.
I didn't know that, but I'm going to take your word for it as we move in. Dan's Lip and SpaceBoy exactly as expected. No delineation, no diversion. Luke into Cammy.
Bringing it heavy. This is this could be a tough one for Dan's Lip. Honestly. Like, Cammy's got some tools to get in, but she's got low health and Luke's got big damage. Watched a lot of this on Sunday. Those DPs are going to be a problem. Dan's Lip's got to find ways to bait those.
Yeah, we are rocking the V-Skill too from Dan's Lip, which I know is the common choice for Cammy now, but I wonder, in some of the ranges where SpaceBoy likes to stick out that low forward after the block string of, like, stand strong, crouch strong, whether Cammy V-Skill will sort of, like, high crush the low forward or not.
Cross cuts. Okay, we're busting out here. Got the hits. Back throw. Man, both these players trying to be patient, but it looks like so far these situations are actually working well for SpaceBoy. Okay, gonna come forward with the charge. Activation. Still plus frames.
Oh my God. The JoJo's punches hitting you all the way downtown. Going on a bizarre adventure to round 2.
Yeah, dude's got a Vespa and he's heading downtown.
It's the gas mileage on that thing. Will it get me all the way to Winner's Final?
It might. You gotta drive it slow and low. It's kind of like barbecuing. Low and slow, you'll get there. Okay, choking that. Sam Blaster, you caught the recovery. VV reversaling.
That DP was so good. Okay. Wow, I have literally never seen SpaceBoy even use that tool.
Oh no, he overextends. So tries to get the big bets with the EXDP. Dan Slip's got the hits. Coming forward.
Oh, wow.
Barely
Actually,
clips.
The raw
Gets a set.
activation there? Okay. Letting the DP rock
Respect.
after because you know SpaceBoy is going to press the issue.
Yep. Yep.
Back throw to get the party started.
Crush counter. Wall bounce. Got that shoulder tackle with the corner carry. Dan Slip checking. Not wanting to get that throw.
That was real good damage. Wow, actually goes right into the hooligan off the low forward. And I wonder, is that like, does Dan Slip not trust their ability to hit confirm off the low forward in these settings? Or is it more so that like we're making a deliberate choice to play differently? Wow, Fierce not actually getting confirmed either. We're leaving a little bit of damage on the table here.
Little baby bit, but we'll see what comes on here. The low forward and the fireball. A little bit of a life lead on the side of SpaceBoy. Both players, one touch from CA. What a V-shift. Why aren't you... Goes for chip. You're dead. What's wild is SpaceBoy had chip for most of that time. And I sat there going, when's SpaceBoy going to chip? When's SpaceBoy going to chip? Which is probably why Dan Slip had to press the issue. Like, I got to get a hit into CA or I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell all of those V-reversals were like, hey, if a dive kick comes out, I'm just going to let Super Rock and kill him. So, I mean, smart on Dan Slip to just go for regular jump-ins in those contexts. But SpaceBoy was at that spot where it's like, I don't need to do anything. I need to wait for you to make a mistake, and that's all it's going to take for me to get the dub. Right into this corner now. Going into game 2. Strong start with the throw reset after the stand strong even. This is looking like a clean round. Oh, no. Why'd I say anything?
Yeah, look at this tough time, and he's going to try to dive kick, but the Sand Blaster says this is a no-fly zone. And right now, SpaceBoy is looking confident, one round away from going 2 up over Dan Slip.
Nice crouch jab check there for SpaceBoy to keep in the driver's seat here. Never really long to be on the defensive. Oh my god, did he just jab out Cammy's V reversal?
During the animation. That wasn't a punish, that was a stop flipping through me. Okay, a little medium kick there, trying to control some space. I like that. Uh-oh. Smacktivation. Nice bust out.
Yeah, the Dan Slip's bust outs have been in spots where you know that SpaceBoy is going to try to press the issue, and it's all been great. The problem is SpaceBoy's already up in the set, and you run the risk of, like, if that continues to be true, are we cashing out? Okay, we don't need to spend the bar to cash out.
Don't need to.
That's huge, taking the resources into the next round. But what I was going to say is, like, the longer the set goes, the more SpaceBoy's going to get wise to that, and with the damage that Luke has available, combined with Cammy's health, you don't get to make that mistake often.
Yeah, but Dan Slip doing a good job of kind of calling out some of these fireballs. Again, jumping forward over the Sandblast. To kind of figure out the rhythm of SpaceBoy a little bit. So that's something SpaceBoy's going to need to take back and think about before throwing too many more Sandblasters.
He shift back, doesn't want to stay in that range where Luke gets to do Luke things.
Cross
DP works. That wasn't even like, that was a whole ass jump over. That wasn't even going to be a cross-up. It just worked out for him. CA on deck. That was exactly what I was talking about. The DP should have gotten punished, but Dan Slip lets the spiral arrow rip. I have to assume by mistake. SpaceBoy 2 games up. Even with making a mistake or two there, but still just like dominant performance, great ground pressure, and the strength of this character. Sticks to you so well and has the damage on deck that makes it super hard for Cammy just to live through it fundamentally.
Round 1.
Yeah, I would agree here in SpaceBoy. Definitely doing the things. Love to see both players kind of figuring things out, throwing what they got, but I mean, facts are facts right now, and Dan Slip's got to win 3 straight.
You can see SpaceBoy's using fireballs a little bit less. The 2 fireballs we saw in the beginning seemed like they were more as whiff punishes than anything else, but more limb-focused game here. Dan Slip with the trigger activation navigates out of the corner accordingly.
Okay, jumps out, blocks. Okay, what a check from SpaceBoy. Gonna go for the reset for the plus frames. Gets the throw bait, but I don't think he was expecting it. I think he was expecting a DP. You know, you talked about the DP situations earlier, Brad. I think that was one of them.
Yeah.
Go, Spiral Arrow coming through. There's an EXDP from SpaceBoy. First one we've seen in a hot minute. Cross under, gets the counter hit, but doesn't get the conversion. But no punish from SpaceBoy. Can Danslip finish this? Okay, the throw bait. Whew, that was some stuff.
There's a lot of spaghetti on the floor looking at that round. Let's see if we can clean up our act here before company comes over for grands. SpaceBoy on the back foot. Danslip had a really good start so far in this one, but we continue to see some of these errant limbs that I feel like we're very used to seeing camis at the highest level confirming off of, and we're seeing that left on the table here on the side of Danslip.
Yo, caught it. Okay, decent back throw.
I love the standing medium kick choice. Where Danslip is fitting it in is doing an all right job of trying to. Oh my God! What a call!
Okay, went for the big EXTP. Danslip's gonna be able to close this one out, getting a game on the board. Whew. A lot of big bets there from SpaceBoy.
Yeah, I think that's one thing about SpaceBoy is sometimes SpaceBoy will tunnel vision on the dub a little bit, and you'll see that he'll start to play a little bit wild. When SpaceBoy's playing real clean is one of the best, but sometimes you see SpaceBoy loosen up and it can start to look a little bit bad. I would love to see SpaceBoy slow it down a little bit. I love the more limb-centric gameplay, less fireballs, which forces Danslip to play that ground game. Ooh, but as I say that, the jump actually works and navigates around SpaceBoy's ground limbs.
Yeah, using those little forward moving target combos. A little more patience here. Yo, the DP gonna connect. You gotta be careful when you're trying to space those. Oh, out of range for the punish. Maybe a little late. Oh, it's gonna hit. Gets the shoulder. Gets the low. Get in that corner. Popeye arms up.
The damage that becomes available to him off of a low forward poke inside of trigger, and SpaceBoy just cashes it all out. We get plus frames after, but wow, a rare instance where Luke does not push forward through the time zone to get the whiff punish off of the shimmy, and SpaceBoy actually has to earn the dub in this round once again, but finds the low short and the low forward as Danslip tries to walk back into a neutral range, and SpaceBoy is on set point.
Walking forward, swinging, do it again, wants the crush counter, drops the combo, but that's okay. That's just a setup. We were just killing frames. -6, gets the punish. You know, nice cross up with the jumping light. Takes it. I like the corner carry.
Yeah, that command normal that SpaceBoy is choosing to start stuff off that leads into that target combo seems like it's one of the mid-range.
Oh my God.
That ended up a huge DP. You know Danslip is going to tunnel vision on the stun. That's the trigger activation. Any hit could do it. Has to spin the reversal to Danslip, but the DP comes out through the hooligan. SpaceBoy was ready for Danslip to be cheeky.
Ready. V reversals, DP. He was ready for that hooligan setup. I think you called that out earlier, right? You're like, was that a low forward into hooligan? And we saw it a couple of times, and this time SpaceBoy was like, I'm not letting you get away with that one this time, my guy. Taking it 3-1 over Danslip to head into grand finals with the Luke. We're going to move on to losers semis to see Callisto versus FluxWavez. Winner is going to go up against Danslip. This set's going to be sick.
It is the first we have to see Callisto FluxWavez, and I'm really excited for this one. FluxWavez, as always, I'm assuming that we're going to see the poison, but I don't know if one of the other characters that FluxWavez has available to them is a preferable pick to go into Juri. I have to say, I'm not super, I'm not exactly an expert on Juri matchups here. We see very little Juri over the lifespan of this game, so a lot of it is inference from me.
It's time to infer a loser's semis upon you all, though. We're here at Casa trying to infer good matches, and I hope you're getting it. I hope you're getting what we're trying to infer. I don't know why I keep saying that word. It was just a good word, and I really like it. But we are going to see Callisto versus FluxWavez. This is still a 1-3. We're actually out of codes in the match arena, right? If you hit bracket, you'll see we got it all linked up. But you can do sponsor quests. You can do what I want to do, and you can suck the life out of capitalism by hitting those sponsor quests and making them pay our players, give them what they deserve. And of course, if you got your own money floating around you want to throw in, you can definitely do that and help support this awesome event.
There's a tagline for Matcherino. Matcherino, be a vampire on capitalism.
Something tells me they're not going to go with that one, Brad. I feel like I pitched it to Jeremy before, and he was like, that's funny, Tom. We're not gonna do it. The question is, what are they gonna do?
Well then, where do you want me to break you first?
Round 1. Fight.
Callisto and FluxWavez. Yep, it is the poison, so that is obviously how we're feeling about the Juri matchup. Callisto playing pretty conservative until we get into the crush counter range there. And now, I mean, the strength of that forward dash, right? Like, her dash is really good. And we've actually seen, it seemed like FluxWavez earlier wasn't super stellar on catching some dashes in a couple of errant spots. So for Callisto to already be representing dashes in some of these ranges is an important thing to put onto the mental stack immediately. It's like, hey, this is a thing that I watched you struggle with a little bit earlier, and I'm gonna hold you far for it.
Yeah, but there's the activation coming from Callisto. Goes for the meaty, but mistimes it and gets tossed back by FluxWavez. Okay, medium kick into the sweep. Marching forward. Here it goes. Good hit, dashing up, decision time, good tech. FluxWavez like, listen, I'm not getting tossed. But now we got Callisto just backing away, trying to find that last hit, the bad touch. What is it going to be? Whoop! Back dashing away from the flex, and he just releases. Why? I know you're going to throw a Molotov. You're poisoned. You got V-trigger. You're going to set something on fire. I'm going to wait for it, and I'm going to punish it. No flames today.
But also, that V skill also critically gets Callisto out of the corner and gives you a much more advantageous screen position. It's just a good tool to represent in those spots. Wow, we're really fishing. Wow, V reversal on whip.
Yeah. Oh my, did it again. 5, 6, punish. Weird combo, gets back thrown.
Somebody must have a
connection issue
or
here?
something. It's rare that you see this much fishing at here. I expect somebody got a discount rate or something.
Oh yeah, no, they got the 2-for-1 and they provide some bait.
Right.
+1.
No V reversal. We don't want to deal with that at all. Instead, we're going to trigger activate, blocks the V reversal there from FluxWavez, and now Callisto has the opportunity to make this happen. Wow, that walk down was so long. There was definitely an extra like couple of frames there where, you know, Callisto was in that range 0 and just held forward for that little bit to try to catch FluxWavez hitting the button. But FluxWavez demonstrating a high degree of patience there.
Okay, low forward EX, counter hit, but nothing there. Sweep. Oh, I love the walk forward into the medium punch, gets the hit, and then there's a back throw into Stun City. We are going to be doing damage. Callisto.
Frame kill off the standing medium kick goes right into the throw, and Callisto's in a great position here. FluxWavez has that trigger activation already. We got to respect the plus frames, which we do, but Callisto's just doing a lot of holding down back, and FluxWavez has not found a way to dissuade it. Wow, as I say that, lets the pinwheel rock.
Did down back until he was nice and comfy, had his PJs on, got the cup of warm milk, and Callisto ran in the room and slapped it out of his hand, took the game. That was a solid set coming from Callisto, showing the matchup knowledge against the poison, looking comfy. Let's see what happens next. Tune in next week on semifinal.
I was about to say on Casa, but that wouldn't necessarily be true. What is true is that Callisto found this nice hit. Ooh, a big crush counter. Callisto is honing in on that counter poke timing from FluxWavez, which is something that Callisto did really well on that losers. I'm sorry, not losers. We watched Callisto in winners. Don't miss truths. The point is, when we watched Callisto do this earlier, that counter poke timing was something that we did a fantastic job of gradually honing in on over the course of the set. Having that already a little bit represented in game 2 is huge. Closing out the round with a nice anti-air, an early anti-air even.
Yeah. Catching the jump back. Callisto, oh my god, that anti-air from so deep. Okay, trying to press, little counter hit conversion coming from FluxWavez. +1. Walks out of the throw range. The jumping cross-up lights. I love that Deadeye continues to use these, does not slow down. Okay, not gonna take it this time, takes a tick throw instead. Again,
the difference in
lights.
approach from Callisto compared to Mailyn against the heart rate is so interesting to me. Mailyn, whenever there was V gauge on dock, was V reversaling after EX heart rate. Callisto, an abject refusal to do so, and instead wants to play for that V trigger. Oh, the low check catches. We don't get a whole lot off of it, but all of these little bits of pokes have worked out here to give Callisto the life lead. I said that just before the anti-air connects, but we are relentless.
CA?
The jump in works. CA
Gonna
is
live?
be alive.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful. Any slow normal, she's gonna come flying across the screen. Do the little two-piece, but the dash of Love Me Tendy's now in activation, and FluxWavez is gonna do some fishing of his own. Got the hit. Turns out these men bought the same Groupon. Okay, crossing him up, goes for the throw, nothing doing. Swinging big time. Anti-air. Okay, this time an air-to-air dashes under, gets the connect.
That was huge. You could see that FluxWavez is trying to make an adjustment to Juri's jump angle because that crouching strong doesn't do as well to deal with cross-ups anymore. So you see that FluxWavez is trying to do, jump back jab or something like that. These counter pokes, these frame traps working out really well for Callisto. This timing continues to work out. The check on the rollout.
That overhead attempt. Okay, here comes Flux marching, goes with... I like that adjustment to the air-to-air. This time now jumping forward, being over the activation point. But gonna bust out is Callisto, and then the counter hit stand light, caught Flux flinching. And that's 2 games for Callisto.
Juri wins.
Looking real strong. You can see that FluxWavez is making adjustments that are working out well, right? Like the tendency now towards these air-to-airs as the anti-air approach because of Juri's jump arc and how well Callisto's doing it at placing cross-ups. Like the adjustments are working. It's just that Callisto's ground game is just fundamentally really strong, and I think the resource management is also in part going Callisto's favor.
Yeah, okay, but they jump and contested with the anti-air, a little bit of a flip from Flux. And we're just kind of going back to this standard game, right? Throw the fireball, try to dash in, little crush counter. Flux gets the conversion with the dash up stand light, +1. And like you said, not spending the view reversal. Callisto happy just to block and say, listen, I'll take the throw if I need to. Okay, charging up. Jumping over, doesn't land in time to punish, has to activate to stay safe off the medium Fuha.
Bringing us all the way to the corner, finds this throw. This could be big. Wants to keep this spot. Doesn't want to give FluxWavez the opportunity to jump out. But unfortunately, give FluxWavez the opportunity to jump out. They have. Finds the back throw, though, to get back into this corner position. Lots of meter on deck here for Callisto. Oh, if we had confirmed that, FluxWavez still would have been alive. Yeah, save the meter.
Yeah. Save the bar. Now there's an activation for FluxWave. Gonna try to come in and find something. And now, though, a conversion from Deadeye would, in fact, put him out. Gonna jump, get back thrown a little bit more towards the corner. Jumps again, not deterred. Callisto saying, listen, I can spare the damage. Throw again. Okay, now it jumps dangerous.
It was so dangerous, in fact, that it cost Callisto the life. Maybe you should read a little bit of No Fear Shakespeare and find that, yeah, no, the language is a little daunting. That's not what's in No Fear Shakespeare. I just wanted to make the reference. Gets the dash.
How's a No Fear Shakespeare? You one of those nerds what reads books? Okay, medium punches. Cross them up. Nope.
I thought that Crouching Strong didn't hit cross-ups anymore. Somebody,
that's
right, Capcom.
That's it.
Stop working on Street Fighter 6. We gotta revisit Poison Crouching Strong.
It still does. Like, whoever told you that was taking the piss, right? Like, they're like, that doesn't. I mean, it totally does. So it doesn't hit it as often, and I think what they mean is instead of 100% of the time, it's 90. But speaking of 100, the life is 0. FluxWavez takes the game. And I'm gonna be honest, I was spending so much time trying to make a math joke, I'm not sure what the score is.
It is 2-1, which you could determine if you.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
I was gonna make that wasn't gonna be a look at the stream thing. I wasn't taking the piss out of you. That was gonna be like, you remember when you were in grade school and they were doing math and you had the little blue blocks that you counted with?
Yeah.
Or is that a reference that, like, was that your rosebud and I just sent you back on like an existential flashback?
More of like that was a long time ago, Brad. Stand jab. I don't remember things from that many years ago, dude. Yeah, her whipping. This movement, I love the way the Callisto controls space and finds opportunities to dash in. That's going to be kind of unexpected. Gets the crush counter, a little 7-piece after. Walks back, why you reaching? This is going to be big hit and a situation. Never mind, that's dead. I forgot about the I forgot about the combo.
Yeah, I was like, there's a whole combo here. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, we have the bar if we want to spend it to really guarantee it. But nah, Callisto knows the damage. Set point here on the side of Callisto. Oh my god, just
what
lets
an
the
EX.
He just does not want to play neutral. Like, I'm done playing neutral with you. Your whip
Look at
is
the Gill
annoying. I want you back. Yeah, zero neutral. The zero neutral plan.
It works. I'm telling you, 12 months, same as Cash, no nooch.
Yeah, if the only way to stop it is you need to have Xenos reboot your whole timeline.
Yeah.
And even then, you're going to end up in this weird other arc where there's two gods.
You just got to be really careful, though, if you sign up for the zero neutral plan, because if you don't pay your neutral within 12 months, they hit you with the entire 12 months worth of neutral on the back end, and it can get really costly.
Yeah, it's really problematic. It can cost you damn near your whole life bar. But we're seeing, I mean, for as little neutral as Callisto purports to have, you can see that Callisto's got some damn fine neutral. Great placement on that dash in. Big confirm off the CA. Back throw is going to do it as Callisto closes it out 3-1 with a nicely placed back dash. And just over the span of this matchup, I think Callisto did a great job of navigating FluxWavez' mental stack. The switching through the space of the matchup, the switching between the ground game with dashes, the ground game by jumping in and forcing FluxWavez to go back towards reliance on crouching strong or air-to-airs, and it just really keeping FluxWavez on their toes. And those different micro adjustments and the switches from sort of game plan A to game plan B were really effective.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. And now we're going to see if the power and the movement of Zero Neutral Zone, Callisto, how they fare against the Cammy known as Dan's Lip. Dan's Lip? Dan S. Lip? 6? Lip Danis? I imagine that there's a lot of jokes to be had, like, yo, who's got the mustache? Oh, it's on Dan's lip. Like, there's just so many things. Maybe that's where the name came from. Is that where the name came from?
I don't know.
Is it about Dan's lip?
That's going to be a question for Dan's Lip to answer. But while we ponder the answer to that, y'all still got a little bit of time to go and show some love to the Matcherino if you would be so kind. The codes are gone, but that does not mean that you can't go and use those sponsor quests to try to throw a little bit more love in the pot for these players. This has been a stellar top 8. I know that we all want to see these players paid for the performances that they've put on. So take that little bit of time while we're loading in here to go and show a little bit of love. That's also where the brackets are, if you get curious to see how we got to where we're at. Last time on Casa looking type stuff. So look back on the bracket, loading in Callisto versus Dan's Lip.
Now we're going to find out how things rock here in this match. This is losers finals. It's the final set from one of these players. Whoever wins is going to head forward into the grands to finish up the night for us. Let's see how it goes right now. Dan's Lip's got the corner and has Callisto on his back.
I mean, immediately off the rip, Dan's Lip's frame trap game looking immaculate, but bringing that EX pinwheel anti-air out already is Callisto. And the frame trap game is something that I keep calling out as effective for Callisto too. Here's the thing though, Dan's Lip has a DP on deck, a great 3-frame, great walk speed. You know, how is Dan's Lip gonna navigate around it? Great pressure starting here for Callisto, caught him reaching.
Yeah, you gotta stop that. Tried to go for the big okey doke, the EX DP. Dan's Lip saying no, chases down the backdash, and that's gonna close it out if he wants to. No, I'm reading the meter wrong. That's not gonna close it out, but the back throw's gonna do it. Dan's Lip, clean.
Such an explosive round, especially compared to a lot of the rounds that we've been watching so far. No methodic neutral here, just people getting in asses and running some set play, hitting people, hitting buttons. I don't even know what Dan's Lip got caught doing there. Nice throw tech, but Callisto has a hearty life lead here, just over 50%. No anti-air on the jump in.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say die until Dan's Lip goes down, right? Because we saw Dan's Lip find momentum in that last round. It was looking kind of similar early on. Callisto getting the movement, and Dan's Lip found a couple quick hits and got it going. Here's a back throw. Maybe this will be the start. Trying to bait something here from Callisto. Good DP.
Coming out now.
I got one too.
With the DP of their own. Air-to-airs with the early jump short from Callisto here. Still sitting on a healthy life lead. The throw does not quite do it, even with the gray life that was there, but the cancel into the fireball on block. Will, you did not respect the V-trigger. 1 round apiece in this first game of the losers finals.
Okay, we're 1 round apiece here. Again, I think this is going to go last match, last round. I can't imagine it going any other way with these two competitors. I like the little dash here from Callisto. Back medium punch anti-air. Going to take a trade, but keeps corner positioning for Dancelip. What a reaction, EXDPs.
Oh,
Lord, the bust
so
out.
smart from Dancelip. It only took 3. The first time was first fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But Dancelip won't get fooled again. Nice V reversal. Getting out of the way.
I didn't even know Dancelip had that Who record. Okay, dashing in. Side switch, gets the medium kick. Ah, it's got such good range in V-trigger. Pop, pop, pop. Look at these hits. EX, one more situation, gonna be something. And he just keeps pressing the micro walk into the medium kick, Brad.
And it's that same thing that I talked about before. Callisto does a great job at structuring these frame traps and really effective at honing in on exactly how big of a cap you will stop respecting.
I could not agree. Moi.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, getting that quick Fuha charge early on. I like it. Dashing behind the medium kick. I like the use of that. It's a great normal, but it does have recovery. You can't jump in on Callisto. You can't do it.
Does not miss.
Yep.
Area code looking like 623. Dancelip with a strong ground game looking right now, really representing that standing medium kick a lot. I love that tool represented here just to try to, you know, enforce your will on the neutral a little bit. But Callisto with the trigger activation now.
Okay, -4, stand, jab, gonna activate off the down fears. A lot of plus frames here, gonna keep the pressure going. Good defense though, Callisto just kind of blocking it out, finding the buttons. The anti-air trade, we take those. Doesn't miss.
Does not miss.
Shooter on the roof. Back throw decision to make here for Dancelip. He just waits to see if there's gonna be an EXDP, and then a great buffer for Callisto up around looking to take this 2-1 on Dancelip.
Dash in, and look at that, it's the same thing.
Oh, God.
The DP gets baited, big damage incoming in the corner. You still need 2 more hits to
Spacing
find you.
traps.
No, you don't. You do get the stun. I thought we were gonna go for something smaller and then go for a reset, but no. Callisto is absolutely willing to cash all the way out. You're not even alive. I was ready for one more guess, but nay. Callisto trying to quickly make it up to the grand finals. 2 games up over Dancelip. I forgot it was Cammy Health.
Yeah, right. I kind of had that same internal struggle. Luckily, it was your turn to talk and not mine, so I got to kind of hang out and just see what happens. Let you make the decision. But seeing that as soon as that first hit went, I went, oh no, she dead. Like she got nothing left. Right. Callisto though, again showing why he's one of the best juries in the business. The crosscut DB hits so late, does not miss. Man spent 25 years learning to shoot.
Yeah, I don't think Callisto has missed a single pinwheel anti-air.
Not as an anti-air, no. Couple suspect EXDPs here and there throughout the bracket, but if you're jumping, you're getting anti-aired by this man. Cross-up lights.
Works, critically gets out of the corner here.
These medium
The
kicks
trades
too.
on these medium kicks.
Yo, and then the buffers! The way that Callisto plays with spacing is godlike. I love it. Activation, gonna jump back, seeing if something's coming, but this time the activation actually connecting from Dancelip. And so I'm gonna take the throw, and now it's corner time.
If we had gotten an anti-air there, that could have been huge. No anti-air there. Dancelip, in fact,
We're there.
from so far away that it wouldn't have happened. No, actually gets away with the walk under. You're dead.
Spend it.
The walk
Spend
under
it.
ended up better than the cross-cut DP, and we're on set point for Callisto.
Yo, the awareness say, okay, you know what, the anti-airs aren't playing. Let me walk under, get a little crouch jab, do some damage. Boom. What a buffer.
Oh my god, so much damage off the buffer too.
Okay, we'll kind of get back to that neutral. Walking under the tick with the back throw. Dancelip's been here before. The back medium punch going to connect this time. No buffer on that back. Fierce, good challenge here. Callisto moving on in. Activation. Nice. Look at that. On block, that was actually a pretty decent corner carry.
Yeah, and the even off the trigger activation, still respecting the possibility of a DP. Wow, Dancelip really let it rip there off of an empty jump in the corner, but that's smart. You know that Callisto's going to try to take advantage of the plus frames that they have from you landing.
Yo,
Trying
gets
to go for a
over.
bait.
But he hits low because he knows. He knows that he's gonna. Oh, he chased down. You're done. No, he doesn't have a connection there. Okay, he tried to go for the cheeky stuff, and again, Danslip with the cross up DP, saying, "Listen, nah.
Yeah, every time
Okay, this is
Callisto's
set
tried
point.
to go for that, Danslip has been ready with the DP to go through the skill. I respect still representing it. It's such a high stress situation that, like, sure, you want to see if they're still watching for it. Wow, you really got away with that? Okay.
He believes. He believes. Oh my god, dashes up, tries to wait, press something, gets hit with the counter hit. This is such an important round for Danslip to tie it up 2-2. There's the first one that missed. Danslip baited it. He saw how clean down I was and set him up, and then he gets the throw bait. And we're going to go 2 games apiece. We are going last game in this loser's final set.
It is actually 2-1, but I'm believing that Danslip
I
will
don't
bring
believe
this 2-2.
I don't believe it.
No, because let me tell you something. You called out. Oh no!
Holy
the
shit! It's 2-1.
So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm sorry, Mikey.
Round 1.
But so
Wow.
that bait on the anti-air pinwheel is huge because you saw Danslip laying the foundation of it and trying it out before. The amount of like really far out dive kicks that Danslip has been representing specifically to be like, are you gonna pinwheel? Are you gonna pinwheel? Are you gonna pinwheel? And now it's finally paying off. That's that long set sort of adaptations that you see in these best of fives. There it is again.
Though, look at that. Yeah, see, he's found it. He knows. Oh, he shook. My man's is shooketh. Jumping across, coming in, a lot of damage. You're gonna have to. Yeah, not gonna kill. Didn't have the CA on there. Okay, the tech though. Can Callisto find something? There's the crosscut, still not missing. But also, it's gonna be really hard to open up Danslip when they can take some throws. They don't need to worry about it.
Yeah,
He's
and I
marching
think
back.
if you want to be economical, I think you want to try to avoid spending your EX bar here until you really get close to closing this out. Danslip spends the EX bar, which I think is wise in their case, to try to secure the round. Problem is, I mean, if that had gotten blocked, you might have actually died, but... Oh, great low short check on that walk forward. I was very ready for actually a dash from Callisto. I almost feel like I saw the beginning of it, but it was a trick of the eye.
My goodness, tosses him back. Coming forward. Little check out, though. Here it comes. Callisto, little frame kill. Man, these counter hit checks. Danslip's found a timing that seems to be working. What a jumping light, too. Stays in front. Just keeps the pressure on Callisto. Gets him low.
Reversal representation. Instead, we get caught with the low short. No bar on deck, and Danslip just backs way off. Standing medium kick into the fireball as a meaty. Danslip has trigger on deck. Oh, you're not dead,
but you're in a terrifying meaty situation in which the back throw will kill you. And now we are 2 games apiece. It is 2-2. Danslip has made some adjustments, found some ideas, and we're gonna get the final game between these 2 incredible competitors.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, Callisto's anti-air game has been thrown off by how Danslip has adjusted the air approach. And I think the problem is, like, that air game opening up for Cammy is what simultaneously opens up her ground game, right? Because you get so worried about the jump arc that it makes it harder to contest with her limbs. And that's part of what's opening up the ground game for Danslip. The other part of it is, as you so astutely put it, that Danslip is doing a great job of placing counter hits, also still doing great at baiting these pinwheels. But a nice counter jab from Callisto.
Oh, what a sick little combo! Goes for the empty jump throw. Danslip's got the tech, trying to neutral jump if there's any forward movement, and we out of the corner, but the crosscut pinwheel's gonna make him pay to escape.
Oh, right into the sweep to cash out a little bit more damage there. The trigger is now gone on the side of Callisto.
Oh my goodness, wasn't ready for the quick release. Callisto out of the corner. The stand jab this time waits for the delay and gets that. Okay, but a check. Spiral arrow in, baits the EXDP. Danslip's found the timing. He knows when Callisto wants to bust out, and he's representing it well. This is game point for Danslip.
Looking like it could be a reverse 3-0 if this goes down this way. Callisto needs to try to stabilize here. Find some of these anti-airs, cross-cut pinwheels, looking good, but we need to keep Danslip, we need to keep the cork on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Danslip has done such a good job of making the part of the game a little tentative. I also feel like when V-Trigger's at, oh my, man cracked. I think he cracked.
Yeah, it's done. That's stun. There's intense scaling here. Are we going to see a reset? No, we're just going to go for the knockdown. But A back throw maybe kills here with the Gray Life. Danslip gets back thrown themselves into the corner. Callisto's tournament life relies on this, and we are not going to get it. The jump out from Danslip closes out the round, the game, the set, and Callisto's tournament life. Danslip moving on for the run back in Grands against SpaceBoy.
You know, as soon as Danslip stopped falling for any of the spacing traps, any of the setups that Callisto is so well known for, the momentum of that game really changed, right? And we saw that in the corner, right? We saw that normal spacing trap that Callisto goes for time and time again, and Danslip was like, oh, I'm just going to hang. Okay, you're going to walk in, now let me challenge. Just the micro adjustments back and forth and back and forth. But in the end, Danslip found a couple key things that just really let them overtake the momentum and slow down that steamroll effect that Callisto likes to create with his Juri. And it worked out great for him.
I think you're absolutely right. So now the only question remaining is how much homework was Danslip able to do on this matchup since we got here, right? 3-1 for SpaceBoy when they played in the winners finals. It was comparatively dominant, right? Like we saw Danslip kind of struggling, and SpaceBoy once again representing those crosscut DPs super well that we saw working out for Callisto really well in the losers finals just now. But having a different, more explosive ground game, more damage on deck.
All right, we're loading it back up. It is Cammy versus Luke. Did we... SpaceBoy 3-1 Danslip in winners final.
Yeah.
You might have already said that, but I'm reminding myself. Okay, pop my arms up.
Danslip really representing a lot of these folks a little bit more frequently in this mid-range and buffering more effectively behind them than I think we saw in the winners finals. But respects the anchor arms a little bit.
What a jump back, though. I love that you said respects a little too much and then jumps back immediately, right? Because you were right. He was respecting a little too much, but now not anymore. Whoa, big activation coming from SpaceBoy.
Right, the anchor arms are back out. God, the amount of the stagger pressure that Luke makes available, it's like I'm watching Balrog.
Wow. What did he press to trade? Was that a fireball? DP?
I'm watching the playback. Yeah, it was a fireball.
Cool. Neutral jump roundhouse.
So right now, it just seems like it almost feels like Danslip is just a little bit warmer. You can see that SpaceBoy is kind of trying to find the pocket on the screen again. But if Danslip is able to continue being as slippery and mixing up the options right now in the way that they were in the losers finals, I think this is going to be tougher for SpaceBoy. That being said, SpaceBoy in the driver's seat here. Danslip sitting pretty high on stun. That is going to be stunned. So little life available on deck for Cammy. With one bar, there's no way you're dead.
God damn, but you're close. Look at that health melt. Ooh.
That was an absurd amount of damage for a 1-bar stun combo.
This character and SpaceBoy. This character and SpaceBoy are a match made in heaven.
Oh, they absolutely are.
Unless you're playing against them, in which case, toss them.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1 fight. Shoutouts to Casa's Guilty Gear Rocket that's going to be on tomorrow. But we got to finish out this Street Fighter. The anti-airs on display against the dive kick. Something else that SpaceBoy was really good about in the winner's side.
DPs again. You got to stay on the ground. I got one too.
Right. JoJo punches. V-trigger activation from Danslip.
Yo, what a check.
Danslip has been fantastic at cycling options to check SpaceBoy for trying to charge that tool. Not letting SpaceBoy get away with, cheating out these extra turns. We're seeing either the jump back punishes or crouch jab checks. And it's a huge part of the matchup that I think people are going to, gradually get more comfortable with, right? It's not dissimilar to, when we watched Abigail charging Stand Fierce or whatever. Whatever the tool was, the one that becomes the armor break, right? But Abigail's so tall that it's scary to use your movement options. Luke is a regular heighted person.
Right? He's a regular heighted person who just threw Danslip into the corner, and now Danslip trying to find the way forward. Little drop before that, but now we're back to the fireball game here.
Reversal after the trigger activation, doesn't want to deal with it. Oh my god. I was not blocking that cross up either because the jump looked so wonky, and I was so enamored with the early jump jab that we had just seen represented from SpaceBoy. Double dash, Danslip hits him with the Mario Kart. You know Luke is too young to have played that game. That man's never held an N64 controller in his life.
Nah, and if he ever plays it, if he ever plays the Super Nintendo one, he's gonna write Twitter think pieces on why it's not a good game anymore. Low forward, moving forward. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Luke knows how to write a think piece. Okay, walking away, gets the low forward EXDP, spends the bar again, big hits, goes for the overhead, what a block from Danslip!
Crouch jab shot from SpaceBoy working out pretty well, but that's important data for Danslip. Oh, one for the crouching jab there, but SpaceBoy's Luke actually ends up displacing their hurt blocks enough. Yeah, Danslip.
You gotta spend it. Still doesn't have the life lead, but, you know, gets the double dash into meaty. But SpaceBoy blocks it, convinced to take the throw, gets the hit, should... Okay, I can't finish, but we're back to neutral. Danslip now has to find a way in.
We got the anchor arms on deck, which means we get some plus frames, but we don't need them if the spiral arrow gets misplaced and we're at one game apiece.
Luke wins.
Man, this is gonna go to the wire. Alright. No, that's not how I feel. I'm trying to think about like how I feel about like prediction-wise in the routes, but honestly, I think even if it gets reset, it goes last game, last round. I don't think this goes slow. There's definitely a chance it goes last game, last round, and SpaceBoy takes it, but I have no idea who's going to win this match.
I don't know. It's like a fair bit of that last game going SpaceBoy's way, I feel like was Danslip making a couple of mistakes. But this round does not feel like that at all. SpaceBoy is back in his element. You can't take him on his element.
That meaty, off the wall, man's wearing Vans, and the perfect saying, what are you talking about? I'm ready. That round was very one-sided.
You think he's wearing Vans? You know, this man's never been to a Warped Tour in his life. Back throw from Danslip, sending him right back to 2006 so they could see a good Warped Tour lineup.
Man, yeah, there were some good ones after 2006. I don't remember. Oh my god, why you reaching? Danslip saying, I'm not going to Warped Tour, you're going to the corner. You got to make a decision here. He DPs, and Danslip is ready. We're around a piece.
Luke out here talking about Warped Tour. Meanwhile, Cammy's like, I was in the 90s. I was at Woodstock 92. I was in the mud fight with Green Day. Hitting medium kick.
Green Day.
Danslip trying to represent these mid-range tools to slow down SpaceBoy. I think what's really happening is when Danslip is able to win out in neutral, it's going his way. But Luke has so much damage,
What a cross
and
hit.
his offense is so effectively cyclical that SpaceBoy really only needs one shot to cash out a whole bunch of damage.
Yep, coming in, gets the pressure, a lot of pushing here. Joe goes for the EX Hooligan, but he's punished. He was still in the animation. Very active. Okay, we at the corner. I like that. And now you get hit at a dash in. Good awareness from SpaceBoy, realizing that the rest of it wasn't going to hit. Popeye arms up.
So that dash in, the throw tech, actually Danslip wins out the better of the post.
Caught the landing frames.
Great punish on the whiff dive kick.
Punish. He was too close. And now a life lead for SpaceBoy. Damn, those are fast. I don't know what else to say. Those are just hella fast. SpaceBoy up 2-1.
It's so tough. Like you can't play against Luke's fireballs the way you play against a conventional zoner. Like you do not have the opportunity that you have against like a Ryu fireball or an Akuma red fireball or something to like visually confirm that it's coming and jump in at the right range. It's just like, if you're not already in the sky, sorry, you got to respect that.
Yeah. Okay, down fears. Man, I love the way these Danslip is kind of slowing down some of these buttons, but getting clipped up by SpaceBoy. Now you gotta hold this. Oh my goodness, the cross-up light!
It's up in a decent spot here, but there's uses that V-skill, actually gets clipped with the low forward, trying to walk in and burn out another turn. SpaceBoy checking that movement. Oh, we got the anchor arms.
Yo, what a DP though. They jumping in, EXDP busting out big time. Triple dash. Danslip saying, I want to get in and I want to get in now. SpaceBoy though had some time to react, found it, but tries to. Oh no! And the punish.
We don't get a whole lot of damage for it. And another spiral arrow. I
have questions.
Yeah.
Like, not negative questions. What was the read there? Like, what was behind that decision? EX. Oh, okay, we got a little EX launch into DP. Plus frames, Danslip. Good check for SpaceBoy.
Yeah, crouch jab working out great.
Oh my god! How did that bait the?
That was so greedy. Would Danslip asleep at the wheel? It seems. I think was ready for the combo to stun and then just for CA to kill. And SpaceBoy went for the throw reset anyway.
Yep.
Got the big needless.
Needless, but kind of sick, right? Being like, yo, I'm going to make sure you're done. I don't want to risk dropping combos. I don't want to risk any kind of a mistakes. We are still playing on the internet, whether or not it's 2022. Sometimes netcode do be an evil woman. I'm going to rephrase that. Do be an evil dickhead. And you want to make sure that you get those closeouts. And that's something that I respect about SpaceBoy. But man, hell of a set from Danslip. I heard Bunch join.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Buddy.
I
think you're cool.
I think you're cool too.
Oh, thanks.
Damn, man.
Tournament.
We gotta get this tournament on land, bro. Tired of this shit. I can't even. I'm not a commentator, so I ain't gotta be biased. That shit was laggy as all hell. I know when players are trying to play in certain circumstances like this.
Right.
This online shit is bullshit, bro. Cause I know the caliber of play. I've been playing against Danslip since I want to argue like 2013. And I know what caliber of player Danslip is. So Dan, keep your head up. I know this shit don't bother you like that, but I know you fucking salty, bro. Like I know, bro. Like I can't even say this shit, bro. Like I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm gonna get this tournament back on land, and I swear to God, like y'all gonna be the first ones to know about that shit. But until then, until I can find a safe and smart venue, I want to thank you guys for entering another Casa Monthly. Thank you to all the people that support me every single time. Like every single time, I have so much love. All the people that make this shit go. Like first and foremost, streamer Mikey, my commentators, Doctor, Tom, Brad, Liston. Thank you guys for making this shit happen. Dan on social. Keg, making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. All you guys that supported the Matcherino, for sure. Thank you so much. Especially Dynamite, who threw in that smooth $50.
Shout out to Dan. What a
like for real. I can't thank you enough. Like he's a Casa affiliate, just like Tom is. Like you guys damn near staff to me. And then, yeah, man, like, thank you so much for supporting. The next Street Fighter one, the next Street Fighter event that we're gonna do is gonna be on March 8th. So make sure you're following the Twitter to see when exactly the Matcherino goes live, so you can sign up early and or contribute. I'll probably have that set up by the end of the week. I'm just so fucking salty right now. I'm salty for you, Dan. But shout outs to SpaceBoy for winning. New Jersey came through top 3 easy.
I want to be real though. If that match was offline, it may have.
It may have been different.
I love Danslip as a player. I think SpaceBoy probably still.
It may have gone the same way. It may have been different. I don't know.
I'm just saying, if I get to East Coast Throwdown and there's a money match between the two, I'd put a 50. That's all I'm saying.
If if Casa Throwdown happens between then and now, I would absolutely love to have both players here.
I'll put 50 on SpaceBoy. That's all I'm saying.
I'll put 50 on Dan. I love SpaceBoy. I tell SpaceBoy all the time that he's my favorite player, but I'll put 50 on Dan just to make it happen. I'll shit. SpaceBoy versus Dan Slip, first to 5. Like, set it up, baby. You already know. I'll bring the platform.
See, now it sounds like what we gotta do is get that offline thing going.
I gotta make a few phone calls, get some DMs popping off. My April is crazy and we're running short on time to do anything in March. I had some ideas for late March, but they're kind of falling through right now. But
do you remember when the pandemic was in full swing and we like had for shit? And now that like it's still a pandemic, but it's not really in full swing because like 90% of the government doesn't think it exists anymore. Life is like chaotic as fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just bitching at this point. Anyway,
nah, me too. I'm totally.
God, no, I feel
I'm so salty right now. I am beyond salty right now, and I didn't even play. Like, I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, my man really just did low forward EX spiral on block. Like, ugh.
Yeah, those hit confirm hurt.
Gross. But good showing that to a lot of people, especially FluxWavez. I definitely think I underseeded FluxWavez, and I'm sorry. But yeah. So if you guys are into KOF at all, I have been a KOF addict for the past like 3 or 4 days. If you're anything like me, we're doing KOF tomorrow.
Bracket.
If I forgot. I came here unequipped.
Is it North America? Is it North America or is it
No. The entire continental United States. We haven't opened it to Canada or Mexico yet. I've had some spotty matches with Floridians, so I don't really want to open it up anything further.
I mean, that distance
further south.
If you think about it, that's like New York to Florida is a long ass drive. That's a long distance.
I'm in Boston right now, so it's even worse. So it's. Look, we're gonna keep testing it. We're like one of the first tournaments to happen for this game's existence online. Us and five other brands, literally all doing that shit tomorrow. But if you're into Guilty Gear and you're into King of Fighters, please check out the Casa Bunch Twitter, where we have all the information for the next event, which is tomorrow. And then make sure you're in the Casa Bunch Discord for information from there. And
sub to the YouTube channel.
Sub to the YouTube channel. TikTok coming soon. And what else? I think that's it.
You love them.
Tell your friends you love them. Tell me you love me. Tell me you hate me. Just DM me and we can talk about it. If you like the show, let me know. If you hate the show, let me know. I'm getting out of here because I have to wake up at 6 a.m. and I have 6 hours to unwind. So good night, everybody. I love you. Goodbye.
For having me. Love y'all. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
All right, everyone. That's a wrap for Casa tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been your designated streamer, Mikey. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to leave y'all with a host. Over to my friend Kendricks. He's a Warlord Vega player. #1 ranked Vega in North America right now. So, yeah. And if you guys are new, don't forget, I do run my own tournament series called No God, No Neutral. Our next one is going to be this Friday. So if you're interested in joining, !Discord, get in the Discord, and then all the respective information will be there. Shout outs to Bunch for letting me stream everything. The VODs will be up on the YouTube channel relatively soon. And yeah, with that being said, guys, have a great night.